Hello everyone, I am back. I'm back and it's another year. It is 2022. I am here to finish up the last segment of the 1990 Jekyll and Hyde. My parts of it anyway. I am going to be wearing two different outfits in this because I did some of this work while I was working on the others last year, and now I have to finish it in this year. Today is January 1st, 2022. Wow, can't believe it. Anyway, here we go. Hope you enjoy it.
I know who you are, my dear.
All right, so this is a song that was only in the 1990 Alley production, and then it changed when it went to the pre-Broadway tour, where it became Dangerous Game. But at the Alley, it was a song called We Belong to the Night. So same idea, that same sort of cat and mouse, sexy number between Hyde and Lucy, but different song. Hope you like this one.
For a moment I thought it was someone else.
For a moment, it almost was.
Promise not to hurt me this time.
I should ask the same promise of you. I have to go away for a while.
Will you be back?
Oh, you'd like it if I never came back, wouldn't you? But I will. And while I'm away, you will remain faithful to me. Because if you're not, I will know. I know you to your very soul.
You don't know me. You only know what you pay for.
Can't you see it? Even now. I found you because you were looking for me. We are one, you and I. And tonight we dance, my dear. Take a lover's chance, my dear.
If I choose to disappear,
There is no escape, my dear. For this is a game you cannot win.
then let the dance begin.
We belong to the night, like the stars' eerie light.
Far away from the day, from a world full of spite.
Only here can our flesh and our passions unite. You and I, we belong to the
This is Lucy's bedroom, and slimy Simon Stride is back. That's not easy to say. Slimy Stride. Try that 3 times.
I found you less than enthusiastic tonight, Lucy. Fortunately, your body does most of the work for you. But in the future, make sure your mind is present too. If not, they're plenty prettier, younger, and more willing than you to provide for my pleasures, who would dearly love the privileges that come with this room.
Believe me, there's nothing about you or this room that's a privilege, even to a whore.
At least you know what you are. Be out of this room by noon tomorrow, slut.
And of course, last, but very much not least, a new life.
Dear Miss Harris, I'm sick at heart that my private misfortune has prevented my receiving you the last 2 times you've called at my home. In fact, the truth is that I cannot see you ever again.
I regret this, for I have found in you a tender and a loving light in these past dark days. I hope you will accept the enclosed as repayment for the lesson you have taught me. Leave this place. Begin again, secure in the knowledge that I shall never forget you. Henry Jekyll.
What I would give I would like to see that overdue dream, even though it never may come true. Love, oh, I know there's no such thing as true love. Even so, although I never knew love, still I feel that one dream is mine. This one thing I want to ask of you, once before it's time to say adieu. Once we check the fruit mistakes
Wow, my hair was so last year.
For a moment I thought it was someone else.
For a moment, it almost was.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that line. That's sort of stuck in all of our minds. And that's actually one of the better funny lines, if not the funniest line, in the whole piece. And it perfectly showed that little bit of camp that ran through the 1990 production that I think should have stayed, because it really worked, especially worked with Chuck. But yeah, I like that.
Promise not to hurt me this time.
I should ask the same promise of you. I have to go away for a while.
When will you be back?
Oh, you'd like it if I never came back, wouldn't you? But I will. And while I'm away, you will remain faithful to me. Because if you're not, I will know. I know you to your very soul.
I don't know. I don't really know what to add in this moment, except to say that Frank was very lucky that at USC, where he met Chuck, that he happened to run into a 6'4" football player who got into his musical, because we all know I'm tall. I'm 5'10" and a half, and wearing the boots that I wore in the show, that put me 6 feet. So yeah, very good. Chuck was tall.
You don't know me. You only know what you pay for.
Can't you see it? Even now. I found you because you were looking for me. We are one, you and I. And tonight we dance, my dear. Take a lover's chance, my dear.
If I choose to disappear,
There is no escape, my dear. For this is a game you cannot win.
Oh, I had mentioned early in the first one that when Chuck did the transformation that he put in these fake big fake teeth. Well, that didn't stay. I think that was only in some rehearsals or even maybe some previews. I don't remember. It was just too hard for him to sing and talk or also, that big thing in there. And also, it would have made doing these scenes pretty funny to be that close and looking at those fake teeth that he was fighting to keep in his mouth. So, no, the teeth went.
Then let the dance begin.
We belong to the night, like the stars' eerie light.
Far away from the day, from a world full of spite.
Only here can our flesh and our passions unite. You and I, we belong to the night.
You belong to the night, cold midnight.
Far away from the day, in a world without light. This is all lovers sense.
That was always one of my favorite musical melodies. I don't even remember noting my key. Not having the chords behind it, but that was really cool. I wanted more of that. I think that's the only time that theme ever happened in the show. But Frank, that was really pretty. You should have done more of it. By the way, I look a little different. I took a little break and went upstairs actually to have a little lunch. And typical of me, I got distracted and decided to take down my Christmas tree. Because that's what I do. I get distracted. I start on one thing and I go to another. Here's a riddle though. I had a live tree this year, but no tree was harmed or died in the making of my Christmas tree. How is a tree real and not real at the same time? I'll let you think about that one.
Please let me be.
No more fears, no more games. What is wild, no one tames.
Giving in, I can't win. Drawn to the flames.
It's our fate.
Love and hate, the same
It's light. You and we
Okay, that right there, that's a perfect example that I'm not a dancer. So if I was a trained dancer, like a really, like the majority of people that perform on Broadway who can sing and dance and do all that, this would have been a dance break. It would have been pretty cool, right? We would have been doing all this amazing, sexy, dancing. Instead, we just walked around in circles looking at each other. Yeah, I don't think Chuck was a dancer either, as I recall. Yeah, Jerry Mitchell, who was our choreographer, who's amazing, must have been tearing his hair out. But what we lacked in dancing ability, I think we more than made up for in chemistry. We had great chemistry, and I think you can see that. And we could sing, right? Did you figure out the tree? Well, basically, I have a crappy little artificial tree that I do major things to every year to make it look like something. And it usually looks pretty good. Well, I love live trees. I love that, but I hate cutting them down. I hate killing them. So I put up my little artificial tree, and then I went and cut a ton of live boughs off of the big row of evergreens that I have along the side of my house, and painstakingly wired all the boughs to all the branches, so you couldn't even see the artificial tree, you just saw real branches. Yeah, it looked really good. The only problem is you can't water it, so we left to go to Minnesota on the 21st, and when I got home, I just sort of went up. Its tree still looked good. I went up to it and sort of touched it, and I would say 75% of the needles just fell right off. So, yeah, it was a mess. That's why I decided when I took this little break, I'll just go up and attack this thing. It's going to be ugly getting it out of the house, but I did it. It's all cleaned up. And no tree died in the process. Back to Simon's Stride.
I found you less than enthusiastic tonight, Lucy. Fortunately, your body does most of the work for you. But in the future, make sure your mind is present too. If not, they're plenty prettier, younger, and more willing than you to provide for my pleasures, who would dearly love the privileges that come with this room.
Believe me, there's nothing about you or this room that's a privilege, even to a whore.
Even to a whore. A what? A whore.
At least you know what you are.
I actually really like playing the scene. Bill Nolte, again, he's just so amazing. And he played evil. I mean, he played it so well. He reminds me so much of Orson Welles. His look and his whole, aura. It really, it always, right from the get-go, that's what I always thought. Very, very talented man. It was fun, but it also wasn't easy doing those scenes with him because I felt a little intimidated by him.
Be out of this room by noon tomorrow, slut.
Slut. Just like a dagger. One word. This is a moment also in the show I often would wonder, what my dad was thinking during the times that he saw it.
Dear Miss Harris, I'm sick at heart that my private misfortune has prevented my receiving you the last 2 times you've called at my own. In fact, the truth is that I cannot see you ever again.
I regret.
If you notice to this entire sequence, the time with Simon Stride, through the letter reading, all of A New Life, Lucy, except for the very end when she tries to take one step off the bed, the whole entire time she's on the bed. That was her prison, right? That's where she was trapped. I never really thought about that until watching this back.
What I would give to have a new life. One thing I've learned as I go through life, nothing is for free or
See, watching that, I really can appreciate Jeremy Roberts and the fact that he was my music director and had been my musical director for years already at this point that we did Jekyll and Hyde. So he and I had already that rapport and that connection where he knew where I was going and he could really, I had the freedom to just sing however, you know, my feelings were telling me to do the music, and I knew that he would follow me no matter where I went. And that's really special.
something to convince me to renew. A new day, bright enough to help me find my way.
One kind of interesting story is actually one that Frank tells, but he's told it so many times that I know it. You know, this was the first time for him too. This was his first musical, and it was also new to us. And Frank was standing in the auditorium with Greg Boyd, the director, and he would, while I was doing A New Life, the very first time in front of an audience, he said to Greg Boyd, "Do you think in fact, this is Frank texting me right now as I'm saying this, but he said to Greg Boyd while I was singing the song, he said, "Do you think they're going to applaud? Do you think the audience is going to applaud?" Yeah, they applauded. So 2021 has given way to 2022. The beginning of each new year always marks a brand new beginning. It's a new beginning for all of us to make of it, I guess, what we will. It's a little bit like a blank canvas or an empty page. And it's up to us to paint a better painting or write a better book, a more interesting book, a kinder book. I just want to wish you all a very, very happy new year, and thank you so much for all the support you've given me over this past year. And I hope to be out there performing again soon and maybe see you somewhere on the road. I hope 2022 is kind to you. I hope it's kind to all of us. Just like the song says, a new life, a new beginning. Let's hope we are actually on the way to a new and better year. And as just one final little tag on here, I know that some of you will be going, wait a minute, she has more. There's the whole thing where Hyde comes back and, well, it's too bloody, it's too realistic, and it's too dark. I don't want to end that way. I wanted to end on something beautiful and upbeat. I thought A New Life, just finish with the song. I thought that would be a good way to end this 4-part series, going back to the past. And I will be doing more of this stuff. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I say, I have a lot of VHSs to go through, so as I find something interesting, I'll try to put something out there. Anyway, I want to wish you all, again, a very, very happy new year, and I hope to see you all in it sometime soon. Don't forget, guys, please help me grow my channel here on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe.